And now that we understand a float a little better, let's see if we can make a 2-column layout. So if you open HP 6-3, currently it looks like this. So just some placeholder text. What we want to have happen is our navigation to appear over here on the left, and then all of this other stuff to appear over here on the right, which this is the main section. So our nav, we're going to float left, and our main will be on the right side. If you want to follow along in the book, I'm starting on page 258. We are going to first, there's a way that we could do this with CSS, but since we're just learning this, we're going to add some breaks to our navigation just so that they'll appear on different lines. So now if we refresh, they're on different lines. Okay, now let's go up to our style section. We're going to add a nav selector that will float left, and we're going to set a width of 90 pixels. Okay, so let's take a look at that in the browser. And see, now we've set this width of 90 pixels, but once it reaches the end of that navigation section, our text starts wrapping. So what we want to have happen is to push all this over, and we can do that by setting the width of the main. So for the main section, we're going to say, hey, let's add some margins just on that left side. And if we add margins on the left, how much our nav is taking up plus a little more, so let's say 100 pixels, then that will make it look like we have 2 columns. So let's see what that looks like. All right, let's just add a little more to kind of pretty it up a little bit. I'm going to pause this, or I'm just going to type this in and let y'all copy it over. Okay, take a minute to pause the video and copy over. Before you pause, note in the nav section, we've added a padding of 10 pixels. And then in the main section, we've added 2 rules. We've added padding 10 and background color. So go ahead and pause and copy those over. Okay, did you notice this? When we were doing the background color here, we typed it out with 6 digits, but I did it here with the shorthand version. So remember, if we have 2 right next to each other that are the same, we can shorten those to 1, 1, and 1. So CCF is the same as CCFF. All right, view in the browser, and you should have something that looks like this. Did yours work?